Hi everyone, it's the Moon Mage Medium. Today's reading is going to be focused on the supermoon. It is pretty intense right now, even though it is somewhat of a milder version of a supermoon. But some of the current themes that are happening right now, I would say, are you're upgrading, you're becoming a master manifester, you're building a solid foundation for your future success. It's a great time to clear your space energetically, just for learning soul lessons from things that you may have been feeling stuck at the moment. I would also say that this could be a period for sure that you're moving on. With the upgrade, it means that you are moving on from something else. You're no longer resonating with people or things that you once did, and that's honestly okay. We're not meant to continue forward with the same people for the rest of our lives. It's just what it is. And so just be grateful for where you are, everything that has been coming up during this time, because again, it's very intense energies. There are two super moons, I believe, two full moons this month of August. So definitely intense energies, along with whatever retrogrades, Venus retrograde, or and whatever else is happening. It's just a time of karmic endings, karmic cycles ending, clearing out ancestral residue, and making space for new things and your upgrade. So with all that being said, we're gonna get into the tarot. I didn't come up with an outline for this one, I don't know why, but we are just gonna go with the flow. This is the Journey to the Goddess Realm deck. So let's just pull a card from here, and then we'll pull some tarot. So the goddess that came up is Vesta, and it says the home, and it says 34. So a lot of you could be focusing on your home life and what isn't working, what you want to change, what you need to adjust, what spaces need to be cleared again. This can be mostly energetically, but getting rid of things during this time would be very, very beneficial for you, just to get the stagnant energy flowing again. And so yeah, a lot of us can be focused on that card right now. I also, at the bottom of the deck, I think is very significant. It says Mary Magdalene, and it says identity. So I'm actually gonna pull that one out, and I'm not gonna pull another one because I just think that this is, first of all, I was looking at a Mary Magdalene deck. I think it just came out recently, a new one, and I think it's gorgeous, and I've been contemplating whether I wanted to buy it or not entirely sure if that's a sign, but she is in this deck, so I'll take that as a sign that I am channeling into her energy. But it says identity, and the number is 22. 22 is a master number. It's also like a partnership number. So I think that this is a time where you're being asked to really look inwards and not be afraid to show the parts of yourselves that maybe you have been putting on a mask for a while, or just not been so comfortable expressing yourself authentically in all areas. Even if you could consider yourself an authentic person, or somebody who's true, you're just like really trying to get comfortable at this time, or you're being asked to get comfortable with who you are and what you identify as, and it starts from the home base. It starts from within as your home base, and also like where you live and stuff. And if things are not working out right now foundationally, then make the necessary adjustments so that as you navigate through these moon phases, you are going to be more and more comfortable with who you are as a person and your space your environment, your immediate environment, so that you can go have this solid foundation for your future success. Okay? And so this is very great energy to begin with. It's very foundational energy, because it's like you are being asked to deal with your internal struggles so that you can heal those and heal your foundation and what needs to ground, so that you can master these areas, and then it's going to lead to success. So it's also about like breaking karmic cycles as well. And when you're doing that, you are creating a new space and a new environment for your future to flourish. Okay, for you to flourish in your future, instead of continuously going down this like this continuous cycle, you know, that probably wasn't even just you, it was also your ancestors as well, you know. So I'm gonna pull some cards from the Spacious Tarot, expansion pack included. So let's see what they have to say. So what's the energies that we're navigating right now during this August surgeon moon, super full moon? We have Ace of Wands. Yeah, definitely a new beginning. We have Eight of Swords. And we have the, okay. And we have the King of Cups in reverse. So let's clarify the Ace of Wands. Strength. We have Four of Cups. And we have, let's just move this a little bit. The Three of Cups. On the bottom of the deck, we have Transcendence. Okay, so what I can sense here right now is that a lot of us can really be outgrowing a particular situation that is currently present, okay? And you've recognized this and you want it to end, and so even though it's a little bit difficult, or it may bring you anxiety to even think about releasing this thing, you know that it's necessary. And so in order for that to play out in the most calm and balanced way, you're just kind of letting things flow. Okay, I think that some of us out there are feeling a bit moody, you know, really driving ourselves a little bit, you know, insane with our thoughts. Insane was a strong word, but more like we're too in our head space, and, you know, thinking about too many things. And really you should just think about the new beginning that releasing this thing is going to bring, because it's really meant to bring abundance. I think that as long as you're like visualizing your future and how you want it to be, especially like this home life, okay, how do you want to ground yourself in it? It's like the spark is the stove that she's working on. You start the flame with this spark of fire. So what is this idea that you have in your head that of you being successful, of you feeling very comfortable in your space? And if you already know what that is, then, and you know what you have to release, then do that. And I think a lot of us have already done that too, where we have already decided, and now it's just a matter of it's the residue again, and just allowing it to unfold naturally and organically. But you've already moved forward in this direction, okay? But there's still some discomfort in the limbo. So this could be a very sensitive time. It's already intense energy, but it can just be a very sensitive time, so you may want to limit your communication with certain people. And that's completely fine, you're not trying to create more tension than there already is. But instead of allowing your thoughts and your mind to overtake you, just try to remain centered, okay? Because the King of Cups reverse is never really, it's not a good sign per se, it's somebody who can't handle their emotions, and they could end up feeling very turbulent or do some very out of character things just because they're fueled by so much emotion. And so to not allow that to happen, you have to try to remember to stay grounded and to regulate your feelings, do things that'll help you be more calm, and it's not so much that you do things to ignore your emotions. That's not healthy. It's more like acknowledging that your emotions are there, doing things that comfort you, but not to ignore the emotions, because when we do that, we're just not confronting the issue head on. The issue should be confronted because it needs to be released. Otherwise, you're never going to let it go, and it's going to be a repeating cycle, So allow this new beginning, whatever spark this is, allow it to fuel you in a way that gives you a lot of inner strength, okay? That gives you the ability to be resilient during this discomfort while you are, going through this separation, while you're being called to move on from this current situation that's not resonating with who you are becoming, okay? This new path that you're being called to go on. And don't be afraid to go against the grain, to, don't be afraid to not settle, okay? I think that when you do let this thing go, you're gonna see how much well, for one, I think that you're gonna see how much that you have grown, how much you have really come into your power, how well you know yourself now, because I think that whatever the situation is or was, or that you're letting go of, it's taught you a very heavy lesson. Usually the situations that we grow the most from are the most uncomfortable. Those are the ones that really teaches us who we are on the inside. And this kind of teaching is priceless in a way, and just be grateful that this situation is coming to an end, because I do think that it's a karmic cycle for a lot of us, and I don't think that it's going to be repeated after this. I think that this month, August, is kind of where we're like fed up, and we're just not taking any more of this anymore. We're not going to allow it to happen. We're going to set new boundaries for ourselves. We're going to we've learned the lessons that are attached to it, and we're ascending. We are mastering ourselves, and we're actually using this time, or it would be wise to use this time to become a master manifester, okay? To really hone in and dial in to what it is that you really want to create for yourself, what kind of life you really want to create. Because that is what's going to get you to this successful place that you really want to be in. This fulfilled kind of way of living, because you have a sense of it, of knowing who you are. So it all starts within. Is a very foundational energy. A lot of you can feel uprooted right now, or just feel like what you've been holding on to is no longer resonating, and so you're willing to let it go in order to make space for your dream life. And that's entirely okay. It really is, because there's just no use in holding on to things that aren't meant to stick with you for a long time. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. Okay, so I'm gonna post some messages from our animal spirit guides. So let's see what our animal spirit guides have to tell us right now. Okay, we have the weasel. It says, be silent, pay attention, and simply observe with your eyes, ears, and physical feelings what is happening inside and all around you. Okay, so yeah, now's the time to really observe rather than take action, especially if you're not feeling centered in your emotions and you're feeling very sensitive right now. Just don't do anything that's gonna trigger those emotions even more. Just try to keep to yourself and be in your own space and protect yourself and nurture yourself, because that's very necessary, especially during a time when you're ending a karmic cycle like this. Karmic cycles, I think I read somewhere that a couple of days ago, like Friday or something, that we were ending 18 years of karma. You know what that means? Your whole, and beyond that, I'm sure, because some of these cycles are ancestral, and so just be easy on yourself. You don't have to have all the answers right now. You don't have to feel 100% right now, especially during this heightened illumination. Full moons are already sensitive, and the fact that this is a super full moon is just gonna heighten everything, amplify these energies even more. So just allow yourself to handle the situation as best as you can, just allow yourself to be in a space, in a protected space, if that's necessary. You know what I mean? And isolate yourself if that's necessary right now. You know what I mean? Just don't do things that'll trigger you more. The next animal we have here is the kiwi. It says, do a walking meditation each day for the next week. I've been doing that a lot more recently with my dog, where we will just be outside and I'll go on a meditation. I'll listen to either meditation music, or I'll just meditate on what I'm experiencing. Yesterday I had a great time just being present outside with my dog, just observing everything that was happening. The weather was perfect, it was beautiful, and just observing all around me. It felt like heaven on earth, you know what I mean? The weather was just that perfect, and it's helped ground me. So that's something that I would recommend, just getting outside in nature. We have another one. We have the zebra. It says, let go of your fear and know that you are safe and protected at all times. Okay, so yeah, trust that things are always working out for you. You know, it's like a given. As long as you believe it, then that's, you know, have faith. Then that's what's really going to play out. As long as you believe and have faith, then don't doubt that things are going to be working out in your favor. I'm going to pull one more. And it was the unicorn. It says, indulge your creative, imaginative, and magical side through some form of artistic expression. So do that. I think all of us are very unique in our own ways, really, and we all have magical qualities to each one of us, you know, and sometimes when these emotions are built up, it is asking for an outlet, you know. So if you need to do something creative, dance if you need to, or you know, write if you need to, express yourself in ways that you don't normally do, paint, you know, draw, sketch, other things, you know, anything with our hands really is, that's what I consider creative, you know. But also have a creative imagination, a magical imagination. That could also mean, if you're not creative in an artistic sense, then get creative artistically with your mind and how you want to visualize your life. Now's the time to do that, because right now it may not feel like right now you may still be releasing this karmic residue. So while you're doing that, while the discomfort is still at play, allow yourself to imagine yourself happy and comfortable and safe and living the life that you want to live. Imagine all the things that you're gonna do to express yourself once this thing is released. And that is a beautiful message that is coming up. I'm getting the whispers of Lord Ganesha out, because I just feel like, you know, with the first quarter moon phase, and up until now, we've probably been facing some kind of challenging and really uncomfortable energy. So I just want to pull some cards from this deck, because Lord Ganesh is the obstacle remover, you know. So let's just see what he has to say for us during this time. What obstacles are being removed during this time? Okay, well, whatever they are, we are being protected, so just know that. What else is happening during this time as the obstacles are removing? Decision. Okay, so the decisions we make during this time, or, you know, us deciding to let these things go, just know that we are being protected at this time while we are moving forward and onward. Okay, that's great. And capacity to love. Okay, so I actually don't know what this card means from the deck, but I can say that, like, whatever is happening, let me just see what it says really quickly. Okay, so as we decide to move on, the moving on part is not really the part that we have to worry about, because just know that we are protected in whatever decision that we are currently making. But it's more like, whatever we're releasing, just release it with love, okay? And have courage to allow yourself to heal the areas that have been triggered, any deep vulnerabilities that have been triggered by this situation, and heal those in a way that you will, heal those in a way that shows how much love that you have for yourself. And so when you move forward, when you actually do release this, you're not taking any of this, like none of this residue, none of this karmic cycle, you're not taking it with you, because you now know this situation has shown you how to love yourself. What needed to, it revealed what needed to be revealed in order to show you what parts of yourself you were insecure about, you didn't love, so that you can nurture those areas. Okay, so take whatever has been triggered, whatever has come up that's caused you to be extremely vulnerable at this time, just continue to nurture that part of you. Continue to show yourself love, and express love to the person who mirrored this part of you, who revealed this part of you that needed healing. Because honestly, when we're grateful for these people, we should be grateful for them, because they're the ones who are a catalyst to our own self-development, our self-growth, and our healings. Okay, so we're learning some major soul lessons during this time. Some areas of our lives have just been stuck, and so discomfort is happening, so you cannot be stuck anymore, so you can not continue the cycle. So yeah, this person may feel like you don't like this person very much. You don't want to be near them, you don't want to talk to them right now, but it's not that person so much. It's what they have triggered within you. And just give love to the situation, just express yourself with love and compassion, because without this person, without this current situation, you wouldn't know that this cycle that's been going on, because I doubt that this is the first time that this happened, you would still be going through this. You know what I mean? In a different cycle. Like, I think that this is the final straw for a lot of us, this actual breaking of this cycle. And so be grateful that this situation turned out the way that it did, because moving forward, you are not going to allow this anymore from anyone. You're not going to allow it even from yourself, because you love yourself more than you ever have before. And you respect yourself more, and you know that what you deserve. You have a lot to offer the world, and the parts of you that you did not love, you are learning to love. And that is such a beautiful thing to just go through, to just heal within yourself, So I'm gonna pull some butterfly oracles for life lessons. I end up using a lot of the same decks, but we have retirement. You're retiring from this karmic cycle. You're retiring from this situation. We have parental care. You're probably needing to be a parent to your inner child during this time. Or you can be taking care of your actual parents or guardians, or they can be taking care of you. But I really think that a lot of us are whatever's been triggered is probably very old wounds within us, and so now we're being just called to, as we let it go completely, we're being called to be a parent to our inner children. Okay, our inner child. Okay, and we have be true to you. Wow, what a lovely card. So, yeah, again, whatever's not resonating to who you are as a person, you know, your true self, just don't be afraid to let it go. Be a parent to your inner child right now, and just know that although there is discomfort, just know that it is for a reason. You are doing the best that you can with the energies that are presented at this time. And just know that there's a time for celebration. I didn't even really talk about that Three of Cups, but you know, there will be a time to celebrate. Even if you let this go, the Four of Cups, have the strength to not settle for things, okay? And to really go after what it is that you want. Like, you're allowed to not settle because you know what you're worth and you know what you deserve. And you're gonna have the opportunity to celebrate your accomplishments, your success, the fact that you did not choose something that wasn't right for you, ultimately, okay? And let's see, I'm just pulling all of my cards right now because I feel called to do that. I feel like a lot of us just can use the most advice that we can right now. So, High Desert Oracle cards, let's see what it says. Unknowable, it says, Rabbit Brush is a great place for a small animal to hide. There is a safety in the unknowable space. You do not need all of the answers. Let some of the mysteries of the universe remain hidden. We aren't meant to know it all. Yeah, so don't be afraid of the unknown. Don't be afraid to release something that you've been holding on to for a very long time. Just know that you're making the right decision to move on because you have up-leveled, you're upgrading your life, and you're making room for newer and better things. We have partnership. It says lichen is a symbiotic partnership between two organisms, fungus and algae. This is the time to create a partnership to accomplish a shared goal. Combining forces and resources will benefit parties involved. So I was thinking you're creating a partnership mostly between your heart and your mind, and balancing that partnership out more than anything. Okay, so like with the King of Cups reverse, some of you, and the Eight of Swords that came up, you know, you can be in two extremes. You can be, you know, really overanalyzing situations or too much in your head, or you could be too emotional, you know, and very moody and unbalanced in that way. And it's just creating a partnership between your mind, your body, and your soul too. I mean, you know, that's more than, there's three things, but still, you know, just creating a balanced situation. Okay, let's see, we have communication and we have relaxation. So with communication, it says, this is the time to speak your truth. People can't usually read our mind. If something needs to be said, it's better for everyone if it is shared. Be kind and thoughtful about your wording. Focus on facts and use I statements. So I know I said earlier that if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all, basically. But if you're going to communicate with somebody, just make sure that you're being kind and not saying anything with impulse that, you know, is going to ruin the situation entirely. And just try to relax as best as you can during this time. Okay, we're gonna read relaxation. It says, now is the time to rest and recharge. Make sure to schedule downtime for yourself every day. Do whatever relaxes you. Read a book, take a nap, known as forest bathing. Sitting or strolling in nature is calming and can boost your immune system. Okay, I think that's what I was doing yesterday. Okay, I didn't realize. So forest bathing is sitting or strolling in nature, and this is calming and can boost your immune system. Okay, so get out in nature if you need to. Relax in nature. That is definitely calming in a lot of ways. You know, yesterday I said earlier, I had a great day because I was just in the now. I was in the present moment. I was you know, and I say that ironically because I'm talking about yesterday, but you know, the weather was perfect. The clouds were perfect. The temperature was perfect. Nature was very lush. I even took my shoes off at some point and was just grounding that way. And so I felt very relaxed by my time in nature. And that is something that I'm going to continue doing, me personally, as I navigate through these heavy energies, because this is just an intense feeling. And I'm going to pull from the Getting into the Vortex cards. These are just going to, I'm just going to end the reading with this, I think. But we're just going to pull maybe 2 cards. It says the law of attraction assembles all cooperative relationships. It says, so there is this vortex of becoming, a vortex that contains all of the requests, all of the amended requests of each and every asking that is emanated from you. And the law of attraction is responding to that. The vortex is literally drawing in all things necessary for the completion of every request it contains. All cooperative components are being summoned and are coming for the completion of these creations, for the answering of these questions, and for the solutions to these problems. Okay, so just keep track of what you are requesting, you know, from the universe. That means that being in control of your thoughts, you know, because you don't want to continue this cycle. You don't stop, being in this 8 of Swords energy and this King of Cups in reverse. You have to control and balance these 2 areas of your life out, your mind and your emotions, your heart. So balance those out and really try to create a more positive environment within your mind, body, soul, within your being, because the more in control of your thoughts you are, and then you're requesting from the universe positive things, and you're visualizing this new beginning and you living this successful life, the more you focus on that, that is what is going to be summoned, you know, and that's how it's going to be answered. You know, don't doubt and don't fear that things will go wrong, because then that's exactly what you're going to receive, because you're operating from a sense of fear. But if you trust, you know, and you believe, and you focus on good things, and you see this as a positive situation, whatever you're going through right now, then, you know, then that is what's going to be reflected. Okay, we're all meant to have good lives. So just trust in that. Trust and believe that you are, again, worthy of having a good life, especially once you know, just see this as a reward for whatever you're letting go of. you know, and the easier it is for you to let it go, and or like the more accepting you are that this thing needs to, you need to move on from it, you're just going on a different path, the quicker you're accepting of that, and you know that it is for a good thing for you, that nothing bad is going to come out of it, then that is how you're going to create your success. We have the thoughts I think determine the relationships I attract, number 44. So again, it's just going on to, it's just like adding on to what I said earlier. So it says, not only does, let me put it down, it might be easier. It says, not only does the power of your thought determine which people make their way into your life, but it determines how they behave once they get there. You are the thinking, vibrating attractor of your experience, and the thoughts you think determine everything about the life that you live. As you turn your attention toward the positive aspects of the personalities and behaviors of others with whom you share your planet, you will train your point of attraction in the direction of only what you desire. Okay? So just remember that and absorb what is being said here, okay? Focus your attention towards the good aspects of your life. Be grateful for those areas, because those things are reflecting and showing you what you want more of in your life, okay? So if you have very supportive people in your life, then be grateful for that. If you have a roof over your head, then be grateful for that. If all your body is functioning and it's healthy, then be grateful for that. If there's adjustments that need to have, be worked through, then nurture yourself in a way that is reflectant of you showing love to those areas, because when you do that, then the universe is going to present more things to love. And we're going to pull one more. It says, in number 27, it says, billions of us are living in perfect diversity. The diversity of your planet is of tremendous value and benefit, because from variety springs all new ideas and expansion. Without the diversity, there would be complacency and endedness. You are billions of people living the perfect diversity, just as you knew you would, constantly asking for improvement and thereby setting up for the next generation that improved life experience. If you understood that and no longer clamored for the one right way to live, things would go better for you sooner. So if there's somebody that you are letting go during this time, just know, or somebody that you're not getting along with at this time, or you just can't see eye to eye, it could be political, it could just be in any area, just understand that they're allowed to be the person that they are, and they're allowed to be different from you. And it doesn't necessarily mean that, even though you don't agree with it, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're wrong. They're just showing you an alternate way of being. And they're allowed to do that with their lives. Is it really any of our business? No, it's not. So if it just doesn't resonate with your energy, then what you can do is separate yourself from that situation, this person, or whatever, and move towards other people and other things that are resonant to you, that resonate with your energy. And just accept them, love. You can, even if it's loving them from a distance or something, or what you call it, having compassion for them from a distance. That is better than having resentment or, feeling anger, or just like putting out so much hate towards this person. It's just not necessary. It's not going to benefit you at all. And that's okay to let go of. It's okay to choose a different path, a more loving path. The same way that it says capacity, just show the situation love. And just know that this situation is coming up so you can express more love as well. I really think about, sometimes, I don't even want to bring it up, but it's like, sometimes I think about the rulers, whoever is ruling this world right now, and how things are, seems like they're kind of going haywire or whatever. But if only we were all showing more love to each other and focused on that, it would be a better world, you would think, right? But it's also like the people that are showing us the perceived negative parts of this world, they're just contrast. These negative things that are happening, it's just contrast to show us what it is that we really do want, and want in our lives, and want to, experience. So just whatever somebody else decides to do with their lives is really none of our business, again. And just focus on yourself and your own self-healing, your own ascension, and your own growth. Be grateful that these people have come into your lives, even if you don't agree with them. They've come into your lives to show you what it is that you do want, what you will not tolerate, and they're just here as to create a diverse world, because without them and without those experiences, there would be complacency. It would be like Pleasantville, and there would be endedness. There would be no variety, no creativity. It would all just be monotone and the same. Okay, so for those reasons, you just gotta be grateful for any diverse experiences in our lives. So I think I'm gonna end it here. Maybe I'll get one crystal card, because I love this deck. I haven't used it in a while. I'm just gonna get one crystal card and call it a day. So the card that we have is Red Agate. It's the root chakra. It says positivity and grounding. So it says, I feel grounded in this moment, and I choose to embrace positivity. So if anything, that's definitely what we can take away from this reading. Use this moment, whatever is happening right now, to really ground ourselves internally more than anything, and choose to view the situation and with positive light, because that's the only way that you're going to receive a positive outcome and solution. Okay, so with that being said, I hope that you guys resonated with this reading. If you did, please remember to like, subscribe, comment down below. I look forward to reading for you all again soon. So happy supermoon, and I will catch you guys next time.